Editor's note: Brett Kavanaugh remained topic 1 for our audience as the Senate moved toward a 50-48 vote Saturday to confirm him to the Supreme Court. We're turning over this space again to your views. Don't forget to write us at email protected. Ken McIntyre. Dear Daily Signal, where would we be without the Daily Signal and the Heritage Foundation? Your coverage on the appointment of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court is so refreshing. Regardless of party, where is Christine Blasey Ford's evidence? She plays games. She is a moving butterfly. In the 1990s, I worked in an engineering department where 2 women despised our boss. Okay, he told corny jokes. Strictly on personality, I watched them gain his trust, get into his email. I saw one woman go in and type sexual memos, to get him removed. With tears, fabrication, and now, evidence, Vince was terminated. They did a happy dance, high-five and invited colluders for drinks. Meanwhile, clueless, naive Vince still did not really process the setup. New to this A-class company, I watched the very perps giving hugs of condolences, acting puzzled. He bought it. At 25, my head hung low. Thankfully not a big drinker, I get furious in, though small, half-taken karate. Also, I never dressed immodestly or sent any wrong signals. As a mother of 2 young men, I raised them to be careful about. I'm very grateful for the Daily Signal. Vicky P. McGuire, Charleston, South Carolina. NBC airs interview with Julie Swetnick, who says Christine Blasey Ford inspired her, without corroborating her story. https://t.co/lc44c9qhb via @LaRachelJit Daily Signal, America First. At Danco_1830, October 3, 2018. Dear Daily Signal, regarding Rachel Delguidis' report, NBC airs interview with Julie Swetnick without corroborating her story. They really needed to delay the investigation a few more days to investigate Kavanaugh's traffic tickets. And then a few more days to investigate whether he cheated on any of his girlfriends. And I am indignant about this, delay many more days to see how much saturated fat he ate when he was 16 years old. Peace out. Joey Smith *****. Was Judge Kavanaugh ever given a ticket for speeding, jaywalking, parking, or any other traffic offense? Did he ever neglect doing any of his household chores? Did he ever glance at the cover of Hustler magazine? Did he ever tell any of his teachers, beginning with kindergarten, that the dog ate his homework? Was his breath fresh when he first kissed a girl, including his mother? All it takes is a little imagination to stall the investigation until no. 44's dream of being our dictator for life comes true by Senate acclamation on some distant future Ides of March. George Thompson *****. I heard that when Kavanaugh was in 4th grade he lied about brushing his teeth before bed. He even wet his toothbrush to deceive his mother. We cannot let this psychopath on SCOTUS. He's clearly a liar. He even lied to his own mother. Give me a break. Teresa Barrett *****. This really takes the cake. Air an interview that, as totally uncorroborated? Why does NBC still have a broadcast license? It's time for the FCC to require all news-related programming to be corroborated and fact-checked and unbiased before aired. That includes the nightly news. If they can't do so, then it's time they get out of broadcasting voluntarily or by force. We the people are sick and tired of seeing hatchet jobs from the likes of George Stephanopoulos and his partisan associates on all the networks. Whether these networks have a liberal or conservative slant, it is not their right to tell anything but the unvarnished truth and leave it up to the viewers to decide. We don't need to be spoon-fed their slanted garbage. R. Jeffrey Savlov, Florida. Everyone in the county remembers these parties. Julie Swetnick says. Not me, and I covered crime in her area at the time. https://t.co/5z12ifxzovia@kenmc55 Gary @GDS44 October 4, 2018 Dear Daily Signal, thank you to Ken McIntyre for his commentary on NBC News and Julie Swetnick's story. I was a crime reporter in Maryland in the early 80s. I never heard of teen gang rape parties. I'm writing this to extend a warm fuzzy to him for writing the piece. In May 1969, Charlene Brandt and I were married. She had been editor of the college newspaper at Mills College in Oakland, California, and took a master's degree in journalism at Columbia University. In Charlene's graduating class were many who eventually rose to the top in journalism. She instead settled down with me, and we had 5 children together. But she was a journalist and became a stringer for the local newspaper in southern Arizona, where we lived for 17 years. We spoke often about the descent of journalism in America from the high standards she was taught at Columbia. She died of brain cancer, the same type that killed Sen. McCain, in July 2010, after 41-plus years together. I have watched with considerable alarm the continued descent of journalistic standards at network TV and chain newspapers in the time since. My own career track was as an electrical engineer and applied mathematician. I retired in 2014 in Texas and moved in autumn 2016 to Virginia. 2 of my 5 children live in the Washington, D.C. metroplex. For what it's worth, I conjecture that Christine Blasey Ford's recollection is the result of some self-hypnosis on her part, for it smacks of delusion. There's little doubt that she believes that delusion as though it were reality. That would make it very difficult to indict her, never mind convict her, for lying. The behavior of some Democratic Party leaders, senators primarily, in this instance, in this imbroglio is another matter. I'm repulsed. Laird Taylor, Warrenton, VA. ******. I loved Ken McIntyre's article about the alleged teen gang rape parties, and thank him for writing it. Why did Julie Swetnick keep going to these parties she describes? Boys in their mid-teens, in my opinion, aren't as sexually smart as girls at that age. Boys are thinking about sports and perhaps drinking. Girls, in my opinion, I had 2 daughters, are starting to notice the opposite sex, are physically developing, and so on. They can be very devious when it comes to boys. Girls are hormonal. If you have raised girls, you will understand. In my opinion, Ms. Swetnick's hormones and imagination were very confused and overactive. Just saying and wondering. Irene Chavez Murphy, Arizona ******. I think that what the news media has done to Kavanaugh is a travesty. Newspapers are willing to print unsubstantiated gossip from anyone just for the publicity. Kavanaugh should sue every one of his accusers for everything they have or will ever have. And then they should put out an apology through the newspapers. Harvard has become such a liberal school that I believe they should lose their standing. Colleges should teach, not instill their professors' political beliefs. They should teach both sides and let students reach their own conclusions. Roman Morales Sen. At Jeff Lake, I was assaulted by a stranger. Here's why I want Kavanaugh confirmed. https://t.co/echoed9yvia@Finance Daily Signal. Pamela John A. @Pamela John A. October 4, 2018 Dear Daily Signal, Penny Young Nance's commentary is the best article that represents my thoughts to date on this charade. Sen. Lake, I was assaulted by a stranger. Here's why I want Kavanaugh confirmed. Why would any woman activist want to support Christine Blasey Ford's statement? It's a disgrace to the natural order of authenticity and fact-checking. So far, it's a question of emotional response versus proof, evidence, and presumption of innocence. Regardless of whether Ford's story eventually turns out to be 100% proven, this will have a negative outcome for the feminist movement. The fact that Ford didn't charge Kavanaugh through the legal system points out that she assumed a political position. She has no legal motives. By assuming such a position, and by delivering a hearing appearance that cries for emotional response from the public, it is blatantly obvious that she used her victim card to weigh into a political debate. This is inexcusable and will discredit future victims of abuse who attempt to come forward with stories that may be hard to prove. I would assume this goes against all values of the feminist movement. Filial *****. Penny Young Nance's article is well written and shows the common-sense approach to the Kavanaugh issue. I agree with her that you must have more to go on than a person's accusation. Betty Weaver Woods *****. Send. Jeff Flake has acted like a 9-year-old being manipulated by left-wing extremists. They never had even close to a legitimate reason to reject Brett Kavanaugh, but said that they would do so, just 18 minutes after his nomination. Ideology is not a legal parameter for rejecting a nominee because it is assumed that the president, from the opposition party, will pick someone you don't like. It is supposed to be based solely on qualifications. No one in history has better qualifications than Kavanaugh. The Democrats have corrupted the system. They have taken the dangerous position that if we can't win, we will burn the place down. Senators should face charges for withholding the Ford letter and making outrageous accusations against a sitting federal judge, with zero corroboration. Anthony Alfaro *****. These grandstanding never-Trump Republicans are more focused on President Trump's rally speech than on the facts that he is rightly criticizing. Trump is not the nominee. Brett Kavanaugh has been incredibly respectful, unnecessarily so, IMHO, of these bogus accusations by activist feminazis funded by Soros. The Dem senators on the committee, especially Dianne Feinstein, deserved much harsher statements than he made. Women everywhere are being irreparably damaged by this partisan, unconstitutional display of injustice, and I fear the very basic foundations of our government are being blown to bits before our eyes. It's no wonder the next generation has no respect or appreciation for just how wonderful and special our system is, when our elected officials thumb their nose at due process in the name of partisan expediency. Donna Evans *****. Republicans, except Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, John Kennedy and few others, have all behaved like yellow bellies throughout this entire Kavanaugh attack. No question about the hating Democrats, every one of them are reprehensible. Ginny Morrill, Rancho Marietta, Calif. *****. I feel embarrassed for Flake every time when he makes his left turn. His retirement has been past overdue. I watched the Trump rally in Tennessee. He was only speaking the facts. Yasuko Carney *****. After all the dust settled, Ford and her testimony was a complete fraud. When she said 100%, it was Brett Kavanaugh, and everything else was almost 100% fake, I knew it was a bunch of hooey. Contrast that with Penny Young Nance's story, corroborating evidence, eyewitnesses, time and place, everything fits. Dan Stewart *****. The crux of the leftist opposition to Judge Kavanaugh lies in his unwillingness to compromise constitutional principles of law to bring about a consensus decision. So many other federal judges determine cases not on issues of law but on issues of public outrage, as expressed by the left-wing media. The argument that the Constitution does not relate directly to modern society is specious, since the Constitution does not contain laws per se, but principles of law on which our republic was based. We are the longest surviving constitutionally based republic in history. It would be unwise of us to abandon the blueprint of that longevity for the madness of crowds. We are better served, regardless of one's political leanings, by a strict constructionist on the highest court of the land. No new social or legal experiments are needed on the Supreme Court. Leave those to public debate in the houses of Congress, hopefully responsive to the will of we, the people. Stephen Kirtland. I was sexually assaulted once as a child, separately when 14, and then forcibly raped by a date when 21, and I stand with it. Pinance. Why this victim of attempted rape and physical assault supports Kavanaugh. https://t.co/a9zoib5jw via @LaRachelJit Daily Signal @IWV. Heather R. Higgins, at Fair, October 2, 2018. Dear Daily Signal, too many women are accusing men without any proof to back it up. Why this victim of attempted rape, physical assault supports Kavanaugh. Women lie to get their way, as do men. But as they say in the medical field, if it's not written down somewhere, it never happened. And no one that I know, and there are many, has been that distraught over something that happened 36 years ago. I'm not saying they forget, but they go on with their lives and live normal lives. That's why I don't believe Ford. Estelle Newton *******. I watched the entire Judiciary Committee meeting and marveled that the Democrats had even wasted their time with Ford. Of course, Dianne Feinstein was desperate to keep Kavanaugh off the court. She obviously thinks that changing the abortion law would be the downfall of her party. Rex Whitmer, Elfrida, Arc. ******. Before Trump named a nominee, the Democrats declared that they would vote no, no matter who was picked. 18 minutes after the president named Kavanaugh, the Dems declared a guaranteed no vote. Mitch McConnell should have stripped them of their voting power, based on abuse of the system. Anthony Alfaro ******. I do think it's time that our legal system holds the accuser accountable. Let them pay all legal costs themselves if in fact the case was false. A teacher nearby was accused by a girl of sexual assault. What was a highly thought-of family was decimated and eventually had to leave town. Reputation ruined. A short time later, the girl admitted that her dad put her up with, looking for a quick dollar. This seems to have become the national pastime. Charge thy neighbor. The legal system has a lot to do with this trend. At Eden, the FBI would be able to look into pretty much whatever they deem relevant to the allegation and any corroborating information of either the accuser or Brett Kavanaugh, says Cleta Mitchell, a veteran Washington lawyer. Via at Fred Lucas @. Daily Signal https://t.co/scozy48hpx Tim Gratis @TGratis, October 2, 2018. Dear Daily Signal, in his story, 4 Big Questions About the FBI's 7th Kavanaugh Probe, Fred Lucas reports, unlike the Senate committee, the FBI can't compel anyone to speak. So watch the Democrats decide that the FBI does not have enough clout. Or they will slam the investigators as not completing the job. Karen Calloway, Florida *****. These anti-Kavanaugh protesters need to crawl back under the woodwork and stay there. Wonder how many are paid to protest? If we had no law, we would be like a nation of criminals. Oops, we already are. Testify, West Virginia *****. Jeff Flake of Arizona and Chris Coons of Delaware conveniently profiled themselves Sept. 29 at the Global Citizen Festival in New York's Central Park, with Flake's famous words being, "Feel free to join me in an elevator at any time." These two hatched this elevator stunt last Friday so that Flake would be confronted by some screaming nutcase railing against Brett Kavanaugh, at which time he, Flake, would change his mind relative to this woman's passionate, but phony argumentative meeting, involving his Senate Judiciary Committee vote to report this Kavanaugh action out of committee onto the floor. But of course, anyone possessed of the least semblance of common sense would realize this contrived stunt was done with the full knowledge of Sen. Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, the Vietnam combat veteran, Sen. Corey Spartacus Booker of New Jersey, the high school groper, Sen. Dianne Feinstein of California, her chauffeur of 20 years being a Chinese agent, and the well-known belligerent loudmouth, Sen. Kamala Harris of California. This woman at issue who confronted Flake at the elevator was in a high-security sector, an area devoted only to senators, their staff, and Capitol Hill cops. How then did she get into this area? Again, common sense. She was there because it was arranged that way in order to cook up this fake Flake confrontation while the contingent of Capitol Hill cops were mysteriously, but conveniently, Mia. We all know the Democrats will stop at nothing short of murder, and maybe even that, to derail this Kavanaugh confirmation. But what makes things egregiously sickening, is that apparently various Republicans' hands are as well filthy dirty, albeit Terre Haute, Seventh FBI investigation. Up until Ford's allegation was released, Kavanaugh's was a straightforward nomination. This last investigation is the only one to be started after Ford's allegation. If there had been 6 prior to Kavanaugh's nomination becoming controversial, that begs the question of why he was so shady that he required 6 investigations, and whether the Senate Judiciary Committee had done its job of properly vetting a man with such a shady past. Edward Buatois *****. Why is there not going to be an FBI background investigation into Ford and the other 2 women making accusations? Seems their behavior and lifestyles could be revealing too. Carol Anderson *****. There is a legal precept that excessive publicity will substantially affect the outcome of a trial. The FBI was likely to find many people who have bought into the accusations against Kavanaugh. Like the Me Tooers coming out of the woodwork, these true believers in the resistance rationalized at the end, stopping Trump, protecting Roe v. Wade justifies the means, lies and deceit. The FBI, having engaged in a partisan investigation of the Trump campaign, is unlikely to devote a credible effort at finding and vetting people who will corroborate Kavanaugh's denial. Aloysius Van Dunk, Boston Ford, I wasn't clear. Republicans offered to interview her in California. Why? https://t.co/3arneokid signal. Why didn't she know that? Christine Blasey Ford tells 3 different stories, for polygraph, to her shrink in 2012, and her letter to Feinstein. Then her testimony includes significant, factual discrepancies in her scripted address to the Senate Judiciary Committee. As a district attorney, I honestly would never have attempted to bring charges, much less go to trial. Her attorneys know this perfectly well, as do all of the lawyers on the committee. This whole farce is a contrived political circus with but one goal bluntly stated: within hours of Brett Kavanaugh's nomination by Chuck Schumer, Dianne Feinstein, Bernie Sanders, et al., stop Kavanaugh's nomination, by any and all means necessary. Greg Miller *****. Ford wasn't afraid to fly because she had flown all over the world for vacations and work. Janet Brown *****. Her lawyers should be investigated and disbarred. Should be, but won't be. Randy Reeves Feinstein and Ford's attorneys wanted this to be like a Jerry Springer show, and it has been. Fortunately, for America, it has backfired on them. Cheryl Ditter *****. Ford is so undone because someone lay on top of her 36 years ago, even though she got away, that she flew coast to coast, even though she is afraid of flying, in order to interfere with the appointment to the Supreme Court of a man of honor, necessary to the preservation of constitutional government. This is not normal. Ford was treated with a red carpet and kid gloves and given a forum that real victims never get, could never even dream of. Decency and equality under the law applied only to Democrats. She said she didn't know the Senate Judiciary Committee had offered to fly to her. Why not? She took a polygraph test in a hotel near an airport that consisted of 2 yes or no questions. I have 2 thoughts: either it was not a proper polygraph or she fits the personality profile of someone who can pass these tests whether truthful or not. Polygraphs are not admissible in court for a reason: they are not reliable. People without a conscience do not have accelerated pulse, respiration, or sweating response to lying, and can pass polygraph tests. People who hallucinate are dead certain their hallucinations are 100% real. There should be standards for testifying before Congress. Judge Brett Kavanaugh's life has been put under an electron microscope, but there was no vetting of Ford, her character, her record of mental stability, or her veracity. Elizabeth Notrot, Baltimore *****. Democrats would have attacked Kavanaugh no matter how he reacted to the accusations. Media misses, left outraged at Kavanaugh, Graham's show of emotion. If he had been cool and calm, they would have said he was obviously a cold, calculating liar. Since he emotionally defended himself, they now charge him with being over-emotional. Alan McIntyre 7 inconsistencies are gaps identified by Christine Blasey Ford's questioner. Charles Grassley set it up so that a female outsider, Rachel Mitchell, would question Ford to assure that she was safe and comfortable. 7 inconsistencies are gaps identified by Christine Blasey Ford's questioner. Grassley said the Republicans questioning Kavanaugh could, if they chose, question him themselves. Ginny Morrill, Rancho Murrieta, Calif. When one looks at the target audience they hope to reach, one becomes aware that a better story is not needed. This will resonate with rank-and-file Democrats. David Rumbaugh, South Carolina. When you are a lying liberal, there are always inconsistencies. It's all a Democrat farce, another degenerate dog and pony show. Ron Hussey, New Jersey. Is it just me, or did Drive Ford look like a psychological car wreck? She seemed completely screwed up. She was reveling in all the attention and so thrilled to be seen as a hapless victim. I swear, she was having a blast. Zeke Ferranchi. One of them is clearly lying, the other one passed a polygraph. Albertina Garcia. The progressives' goal was to delay the confirmation of Kavanaugh. They have achieved that goal up to this point. Ford has been used. She is their tool, a pawn in their game. The progressives are goal-oriented and the process is irrelevant, as long as the goal is achieved. Francisco Machado. My theory, as a sensitive teenager, Christine Blasey Ford suffered a recurring and not uncommon nightmare of being raped, in which she projected young Kavanaugh's alpha male face onto the rapist's identity. This terrifying, serial nightmare was engraved on her hippocampus as if it were a real event. See, The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. Characteristically, she never talked about her nightmare and it was ultimately buried in the ancient memory bog. And then, decades later, it was adventitiously exhumed for political purposes. J. Senator Lindsey Graham made an utter fool of himself. Do you really believe the Republicans do not have an agenda? Of course they do. Push Kavanaugh onto the U.S. bench, so he can protect Trump from impeachment. It's so obvious. Martin Schwarzer. I am not a Lindsey Graham fan. Not by any means. Having said that, he is correct in his identification of the agenda exposed by members of the Democratic Party. It shocked me when he made that outburst. Rex Ford ex-boyfriend's letter raises questions about Ford's polygraph. https://t.co/emphasage1 via @LaRachelJet Daily Signal. Vincent Price Dorset @VincentDorset 1, October 3, 2018. Dear Daily Signal, about Rachel Delguidis's report, ex-boyfriend's letter raises questions about Ford's answers on polygraph. Strange that Christine Blasey Ford's old boyfriend remembered that Ford's friend was seeking employment at two specific places, the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, and that polygraph tests would be involved. Apparently Ford's friend, who now denies the coaching, does admit to taking such tests. I wonder what detailed specifics the former boyfriend might remember about the alleged coaching incident, since he stated he was present and observed. I was also interested in various reports regarding the second door which was added to Ford's residence and the renting out of the space behind it. Renting that space to a business or other entity would seem to make it difficult to use that door for exiting if some threat was perceived. There seems to be a lot of questions here, and my curiosity is up. James Har. I watched much of the reprehensible actions of the Democrats during the Senate Judicial Committee hearings on Judge Brett Kavanaugh and, like most reasonable, moral people, I was disgusted and infuriated. Those politically and morally corrupt Democrats were shameful and heartless in their attacks on the judge for the explicit purpose of destroying his credibility and thus his career, and shaming his family before the world. They were seemingly fighting for their